Good day, everyone. I had a discussion on community skeptic last night about determinative. So, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show from Ankh Mira's grammar book, Let the Ancestors Speak, what a determinative is and what it does. I'm not going to argue and fight from my own knowledge because I don't know enough on my own to be able to explain it. I'm just going to break it down, show it real quick, and get out of here. I'm not going to hold you long because I don't need. So I'm going to pull up Ankh Mira right now and let the ancestor speak because he is an ancestor now. I'm going to let him speak in his own words. And I'm going to let him speak in the words of the ancestor, what the determinative is, how we should use it, and so on. So people don't have to argue and fight about what it means. So right now, I'm going to pull it up and read it, and that'll be the end of that argument. They don't have an issue with that. They're arguing with Ankh Mira and not me. So let me present, share screen. There we go. Um, boo. All right, there it is. There. Let me give me 1 second. Let me check live and see what it looks like. So I could. Okay, is that good enough? Yeah. What's up, Sadiq? I see you. Yeah. What's up, Sadiq? Man, I see you in the building. So I'm going to go ahead and let me make it a little bit bigger so people can see. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. Give me 1 second. Let me see. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger so people can see. Yeah. So, let's get into it. We're going to get into it for sure. All right. We're going to get into it. Accept the sheriff. Let me go ahead and get into what I wanted to say. And right. So let's see. All right. This is where determine the word starts, right? Observation. The first two examples for foreign land, as evidenced by the determinative, to be discussed further in lesson 14. The third is a man's personal name. In any event, the determinative or context in which the group writing is used will make it clear that these are foreign words. So determinative. Determinatives are picture signs that have no sound value and are appended to the end of a word. They serve to indicate the range of definitions that are applied to a word. There are some exceptions to determinatives appearing at the end of a word, like ma'ah, to see. In this instance, the determinative, the I, appears after the bilateral ma, but as a general rule, the determinative will be written last. These ingenious inventions not only help to specify a meaning, but appended, but when appended to the end of words and sentences, they indicate where one word ends and another begins. This function becomes extremely important since there are no spaces between words in Medu nature. Of the above function, The most important is to distinguish words that would otherwise be indistinguishable from one another. Compare the following words and their meaning. This is just onk, right? All right. So this is just regular onk. So this is onk here to swear or oath, right? Then you have a onk as a person. Then you have a secure onk, which is a captive. Then you have onk again, which is a garland. You see the determinative on the end. Then you have a ankha, which is a mirror. Then you have anku, which is provision. You see the determinative on the end. Another anku, which is blocks. Another aku, which is the living. The determinative in the above construction informs the reader of exactly what is intended in each case. Closely connected groups of words or compound words often display one determinative, but at times may be written in several, maybe, and but at times may be written with several. Rech, a knower of things or sage. This is an example of a compound word with a single determinative, observation. Determinatives are a form of picture writing which are anterior to the monoliteral. It is not really known whether determinatives classify monoliterals, whether monoliterals classify determinatives. Grammatical function concerns in this instance seem to be pale by comparison when weighed against the specificity that this unification provided. Ideograms and the vertical determinative. An ideogram is a picture sign used to represent not the object picture, but something or concept that the object picture is supposed to suggest. With this usage, they are also referred to as logograms when the object picture is the intended meaning expressed by the ideogram. It is followed by a vertical stroke. This stroke is often accompanied by an ending the feminine T, as in Nuit City. So what they're saying is an ideogram is a picture sign used to represent not the object pictured, but something or concept that the object picture is supposed to represent. With this usage, they are also referred to as logograms when the object pictured is the intended meaning expressed by the ideogram and is followed by a vertical stroke. So what they're saying is if they are using a word like Ra and you see a vertical stroke, that means it literally would mean the sun. So it has a literal meaning and not a symbolic meaning as the deity. As in Nuit, which means city. So you see, this vertical stroke indicates that this is an actual thing. This is intended to represent a city, an actual physical thing. Oscillograms are also accompanied by phonetic completement, i.e., Sava, which is a star. It is sometimes difficult to distinguish ideographic writing or phonographic writing. This problem can easily be solved because the stroke determinative always accompanies the ideographic sign. Example, ta, which is earth. So you see the stroke here is earth or land. Ib, which is heart. So you see the stroke here. Per, which is house. You see the stroke here under the house. Hot, which is belly. Cat, which is belly. So you see the stroke here. Wat, which is road. You see the stroke here. A catch, which is a mace. A majedet, which is a book. A tep, which is also. So you see all the strokes behind it, indicating that these are literal things. Observation. There are some words written with a stroke determinative that do not fall into this category. Example. Hem does not always mean club, but majesty. Neb does not always mean Neb does not always mean basket, but Lord. Hor does not always mean face, but upon. Sa does not always mean duck, but sun. Bar does not mean gibberoo bird, but soul. You can discern the meaning by the context of the text. So we see the literal strokes next to all of these things, right? Right. So that's pretty much it for determinatives. So I'm not giving you my view. I'm telling you what this says and how determinative works. So I don't need to be in here all day talking and running my mouth necessarily. So I see I got that sheriff and that good guy in the building. I wasn't planning on being on here too long. I just want to point out what is determinative because we were having this argument last night when we were talking about chemist, which is a word that I'm definitely going to pull up in the dictionary to show and illustrate that particular point. So give me a second. Let me go into the dictionary. I'm going to stop sharing the grammar book. I'm going to go into the dictionary. And I'm going to actually show the word chemist and show the different determinatives on the word. So give me a minute. Let me see if I can get my stuff together. Right. Okay, maybe I use the wrong dictionary. Let me go into another dictionary here. See if I can find it for you to illustrate exactly what I'm talking about. Thanks, you guys, for tuning in. It's always a pleasure to have you guys in the building. Let's see if this is here. So this is Faulkner's dictionary. This is the 1962 handwritten dictionary. So let's see if by chance it's already on camera. Right. It's already on camera. So let me just build it up a little bit and show you the word and all the different determinatives that it has on it, right? Now, Kevin, I may or may not agree with some of the definitions, but this is just for the purpose of showing what the determinative is and why it is important when we are speaking about certain words or phrases, as opposed to just talking all willy nilly and not knowing the language. So let me go back here. There we go. So there is the word here. This is the word chem. You see it with the here glyph on it, the here determinative, which according to this means black, as in the physical description. And here are all the attestations of it. Then they have this one here as a then they have this one here, right? This one here is Kemet with the Nuit on it, and they say this means the black land of Egypt. I'm going to disagree with that because we know it does not necessarily mean that, and this is an old standard. But we have it here again with people on it, which would mean the black people or the people of Kemet, right? So you see how the determinatives have changed. This is a people determinative. This is what they call Nesby, which means a city, place, or location, a habitable land. And this is a hieroglyph, which means physical description. Then we have Camp Where, which would be the Bitter Lakes region. So you see the determinative here. And as we go down, you see the Kemet, which means a jar. Then you have the Kemet with the papyrus roll total up amount to, right? And it gives you all the different places where you could see it right here. Then see it again, say completion or total. And you have Kenyi, which is the conclusion of a book. We have Chemi again, which is a collection of cattle according to this, and that's the end of that. So I'm just showing you in these sources what determinatives are good for. I see a couple of people in the building. I'm going to drop the link in the chat. I don't know if anybody wants to come in, but I'm going to invite. Drop the link in the chat. Definitely. Oh, I'm going to drop the link in the chat. Right? So people can come in. I'm going to see if I can pin it to the top of the actual chat. I don't know. Can I? Let me see. Right. Right. So you see it's pinned. Should be pinned at the top of the chat, right? If anybody wants to come in, they could come in. I think I've been doing that wrong all the time. So you see the messages should be pinned to the top of the chat, right? I think it is. I think it's pinned to the top of the chat. Right. It should be pinned to the top of the chat. Let's see. Yeah, it's pinned to the top. If anybody wants to come in, can come in and have a discussion if they would like. Right. So it's in the chat. Anyone who'd like to come in can definitely come in. Peace to that good guy. Peace to that Sharab. Peace to Sadiq, who was also in here. He asked the question, what is my stance on the Kemet toponym? My stance is Kemet was clearly not introduced into the language as a toponym. We discussed that already, and we know that already, so we don't have to have a discussion and an argument about it because we could go to here and show you the first instance of the word usage. I can actually go to a primary source and show you. I will stop sharing my screen and show you the actual instance in the primary text, which I think I'm going to do since somebody asked the question. So we go here, and I can show you the primary source exactly where the first use of it would be. Give me 1 second. Let me make sure I got the right one. Right. Right. I'm looking at it here, and I'm trying to see exactly where you would see it. I don't know how. Give me 1 second. Let me go back and see if I can get a better. Let me go back and see if I can get a better one. See if I can get a better one. It's the same one. Nah, that's not it. Um, Give me 1 second, people. Let me see. Give me a second, people. Let me see if I could get. No. Here's a question here by Desiree. Are you with the Oriental School assertion of black fertile land? No, not at all. Definitely not. I'm trying to find a primary of the text to see if I could show you. I'm trying to see if I could get something primary to show you the glyphs a little bit more clearly, to show that exact particular thing. But I don't know. Let's see. I'm going to do some of these sources here. Let's see if I can get a good external source to show you. Yeah, I'm looking for a good external source. Probably the same source. But let's see. Let me see. I got some links here, so let's see if I can find one. A good one. I don't want to just show you anything. No, that's not it. I'm about to get a good primary source. I wonder if it's showing me anything. Uh, let's see. Uh, I'm looking around. I'm looking around. I'm looking around. Let's see if I can get something. I want to get something primary. Let me see how close I could get. Oh my God. Let me see. No, that's just a translation. I don't want that. Let's see how it looks. Come on, man. Man. Might be the best one I could get. Man, I'm looking. I want to get something clear. Let's see which one I can get. I want translation. Uh, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Let's see what this one is. Think I'm gonna get any better than this, huh? You don't look so. So give me a second, people. I'm trying to get a download here to see how close I could get. Give me a second, people. I want to get the best one I could get. Give me a second. Yeah. So this is close as I'm gonna get. And as we go along, you can see the word Kemet will be somewhere in here, but you can't see it exactly. But it's the best you're gonna get. It'll be somewhere down in this area. That's the best you're gonna get. Yeah. The second question will start from here, right? So what I think I'm gonna have to do, apparently, is go into the TLA to show you because I think whether Sharab, I will show you the actual first instance of it in the TLA. So I'm gonna go into the TLA. I'm gonna type in the word Kim and I'm gonna show you the first instance of it. But this one will be around fifth dynasty though, not 11. So what text are you talking about particularly, Dashara? What text are you talking about? You have to tell me what specifically what text you're talking about. Because this one I'm gonna show you from like the fifth dynasty. This is gonna be a lot earlier than that one. So what text are you talking about? Let me know. Type the text in and we could probably go look at it. Oh my gosh, this is taking so long. Yeah, it's loading. So which text are you talking about, the Sheriff? You're not telling me which text you're talking about. It's taking so long. Yeah, coming up. Let's do a search. Uh, for real? You get in trouble. Not today, man. Yeah. Okay, then we go see. Yeah, there we go. Let me check and see. I'll pull up the text and then I can end the line. All right, this is it right here. So let me go into the sentence. I'm going to share my screen to show you what I'm talking about. That's the wrong one. Right. So here we go. Right. This is the text that we want here, right? Yeah. So this is the text here. For you are the black ram, son of the black sheep, one of the white sheep, suckled by four clear sheep. So and tooth is, so you see, and tooth is five. Right. So you see it here, right? So you got a black ram, one of the black sheep, right? So chem, and then this is the chemist here, right? So you see the text here. This is what it would look like, right? And tooth is sa chem, sa six chemist, masu six bekwet, senku fedu weapon, right? So this is the first instance here. This will be from the fifth dynasty. So I'm gonna stop sharing my screen, and I'm gonna tell you guys thanks for watching. Have a blessed, wonderful day.